minister, billionaires, and the list goes on and on and on. The Justice Department says tonight that its job is done.
We complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that there's a hunger or a thirst for information that I do not think will be satisfied by the review of these documents.
I should note that just because someone is mentioned in these documents does not mean that they've been accused of wrongdoing or did anything wrong. Many of these claims are unverified or they rely on secondhand information. But these are the key findings our team has uncovered so far, and I should note, millions of pages have come out. We are still digging right now in this hour. Donald Trump's name appears thousands of times in these new documents. In some, he's merely mentioned in emails that Jeffrey Epstein sent to other people, but the files also contain a complaint from a woman who accused Trump of raping her in 1994 when she was just 13 years old. According to the FBI document, this accuser, who is identified as Jane Doe, said that Jeffrey Epstein was, quote, angry that Trump was the one to take her virginity and that she was also raped by Jeffrey Epstein. This woman had previously launched lawsuits against Trump and dropped them. The last one happened right before the 2016 election. The president has previously denied these allegations. Also included in today's release was a list of sexual assault allegations related to the president compiled by the FBI in August, many of which appear to have come from unverified tips. We don't know why tonight the
So, in other words, all they have is hearsay. Got it. Hmm. My thing is, okay, y'all can't lock everybody up, so what's the plan now? And then we're talking about the only people who is keeping the system running. Where does that leave the people who believe this bullshit, all of this bullshit, all of this political bullshit? Europeans do not know how to educate their society. Instead, they get by trampling over each other. Okay? That's why they're so known for faulty contracts and weird shit. All right? This is nothing new. They have been doing this sexual immorality for years, since the Roman Empire. Okay? Now, when it comes to Black Americans, I'm not sure why we're too concerned about this. Okay? Real ones know that they have weird practices. Okay? Because we ultimately serve two different gods. But now Black Americans have gotten to the point where they have no God, or they are still celebrating the wrong God. They're still worshiping the wrong God. Okay? It is embedded into these people's beliefs that sexual immorality is achieving something of higher status. That's what they believe. Our people, our ancestors did not believe that, nor did we practice that. You know, we were solid on family because we are talking about a covenant that is protected by the man and by God and by the women and even the kids. You see the resilience in the kids, okay? Because it is a system in how we operate. But now we don't operate like that whatsoever because we don't have the Black family anymore. And what baffles me is when it comes to other Black people calling out your piss poor behavior, you go on to call them Uncle Toms, coons, you know, just being outright bullies because y'all don't know how to communicate about. In regards to politics, y'all just want to argue. And I've heard your arguments. They suck. They fucking suck. Because you don't know what you're talking about. Like, white people have become the target, you know, for a lot of things, a lot of people's aggression, okay? But this has happened to regular white civilians before, during the Roman Empire. And the thing is, they possess no internal strength because they do not know the real God, okay? They don't have a relationship with the real God. They think they do. And then when they realize they are getting of old age and they don't feel that connection, they just feel empty, then yeah, it's because you have not been serving the right God. Because you don't obtain a relationship with God through religion. And so many times we have seen Europeans fall into religion. Okay? And the concept of their religion, their main religion, is that Lucifer made gods out of their race. Now, Black Americans' ancestors know that there is no other God but only one God, the Most High. And to say there's another God is a spit in his face. It's disrespectful. I don't know how they painted y'all God, but my ancestors' God does not play that shit. And them punishments is harsh. That is why you are to fear him. When people get money, yeah, they say, fuck the poor folks. Because that is the game. To not have mercy. But it has gotten to the point where people have manipulated people into giving them sympathy when they are the monster. White liberals are the fucking worst. Them people are bananas. And some of ours fall right along with them. Because it's lack of education and really lack of God. You're serving something else and it's not nothing good. And it's God's side or the other side, so you need to choose a side.